Pastor Neil. Please bear with me on this video for a couple of moments because I want to share with you an interesting illustration. Thank you. You know how when you go clothes shopping and you're not going to buy these clothes, but you're interested in these clothes, and your wife says, don't buy those, buy these. Why these? Because nobody says this, but they think this. They suit your personality better. It's the same if you were to go shopping for a hat, except that people don't buy hats much anymore. But what if they did? And what if we went shopping for a hat for God? Now let's say that this is God's head. I mean, this is an illustration, bear with me. Supposing God was going to go shopping for a hat. What kind of a hat would suit him, his personality? What would be the best? Well, I've got some hats here to show you. Here's one. It's a policeman's hat. That's what that is. Not quite how they have them in Long Island, but anyway, you recognize that. Why might that be a good hat for God? Well, he cares about right and wrong, cares about it very much. He's there to serve and protect, that kind of a thing. On the other hand, you know, when you see that red light in your rearview mirror, you cringe, you wish that the policeman would go away or that you weren't there, you want to avoid him. And that can be how we think about God. I mean, who has not done something wrong? So is this the best hat that suits God best? Well, there are other hats. Here's one, for example. This is a graduation hat, you know, for a scholar, say. Incidentally, those little tabs are like to fold over on a paper doll, if anybody remembers that. Anyway, a scholar's hat. Why might this be a good hat for God? Well, he knows everything. I mean, he really does know everything. And that's an important thing to know about him. But is it the most important thing? So is this the hat that suits him best? Well, in fact, I think I'll stop there. There's a lot of other hats. I've got a total of 8 hats altogether to talk about, but I don't want to do the whole illustration, the whole exercise for you in this video. It would actually be a lot better if we could discuss all this back and forth. Because, of course, what we are really talking about is not hats, but the nature of God. What is God like? The hats are just kind of a fun way to open that up. So this hat exercise is something we do in the very first class of a course I teach, which is called Getting Started. And I thank you for watching this video about that course because I would like you, please, to come to it. This is your video invite, if you will. Okay, so what's Getting Started? It's a total of 4 classes of 90 minutes each that takes place on Sundays after worship over the lunch hour. So that's from 11:45 to 1:15. And the first class will be on Sunday, September 23rd. It's an important course. Why? Well, you know, most people on Long Island went to confirmation classes back where they were in 8th grade, somewhere around there, either at a Lutheran church or a Catholic church or some kind of church. However, years later, what? You've got questions of life, big ones. And the issues you face are totally different and harder than they were back then. Frankly, an 8th grade level understanding won't support the weight of your adult-sized stuff. And that's why we've got this important class. It's called Getting Started, and its purpose is to answer questions, big questions. Maybe we should have called it Getting Restarted. Let me give you a sample of some of the things we tackle. Why is anxiety the most prevalent underlying emotion? What's the secret to a meaningful life? Is there any proof that God exists? Who was Jesus Christ? And if he was God, like you've always been told, if he was God, how could he die? And why would he die? What happens to you the moment after your heart stops beating? And did you know that God gives a clear answer to that? Does God have a purpose for you? And how can you discover specifically what it is? What about other religions? What about St. James Lutheran Church? What's our purpose? What are our values? How are we different from a Catholic church? All right, 4 classes is a lot for busy people, but even so, it's not enough to get into every possible question. However, if you were sufficiently clear on the stuff that we do go over in Getting Started, that would give you a platform, I mean a real foundation of adult level understanding on which a strong faith could then be built up as you go forward. So please consider taking this class. If nothing else, I'll get to know you and your family better, you'll get to know me better, as well as some other great folks who will be in the class with you. The material's interesting, the other people are interesting, and if we go to St. James Lutheran Church, it might be time to step up and get better connected with the church family. Getting started. 4 interesting and important classes. Now, this little video here came to you attached to an email. So if you would like to come to the next class, this is what you do. Just respond to this email that you got. Like, hit response and hit response. And on that response, put your name, your email, and your phone number. And all you got to say with that is, I'll be there. If you've got little kids, we have childcare. Just let us know if you need it. And if you have a question, and I mean something in particular that you wish would be handled in class, put that on the email as well. And if you've always wished that question would be answered, we will make your wish come true. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in class. Please email back. God bless. Bye-bye.